nice 5 games of glory, I hope, as we get into game 1 here. Elk and On, looking for Gumayushi. Knight coming in from the side as well, will land the abscond, abduct. Gumayushi still holding on to that flash down, locks him up, he flashes the ignite, ticking, and BLG strike first.
What a sneaky move there.
Gumayushi and Carrier have been able to hold the wave just outside of their tower range.
You get the earlier recall there for Owner, because he doesn't want to try and contest the bottom side Scuttle Crab because of the pushing bottom lane trade that Knight offers as he goes straight for it. Faker as well, you know, it's one of the big things with T1 heading into this tournament. His lane phase was not great in the LCK.
Zays has to flash away, Shun looks for more, and BLG have found 2!
BLG's able to find it on the top side of the map. Zeus caught unawares, the wave and an ult to the map with his AD carry Elk right behind him. They're looking to contest this objective, but Carrier looking to match in the mid lane.
It's going to be 5 players on the top side for both teams right now, as we do see Owner starting up the grubs. Might just look for a smite on 1 here to delay the full stack. Carrier caught out though, does still have the flash and the ignite, locked against the wall for now, trying to get away. The Unbreakable is not exactly that. On secures the kill. T1 did manage to sneak away a grub, but BLG will happily accept 2.
Such a smart call from BLG, from Shun and On to go for the
early game, playing off the advantage they have with their laners, and they're converting it into the first dragon of the game.
Straight from even champion selects, and you see the smiles on their faces, the confidence, now his teleport ready to answer if they do want to throw down. This brush that Carrier is standing in is incredibly important for those team fights, but he's going to have to give it up.
Shun going to try and chase him down, throws a rock into his back. The TP comes in by Knight, who just finished his rocket belt. And On goes in. Owner's locked up. Abscommed out. Ducty flashes the wall. The arrow goes wide, but BLG get everything they want. They force the enemy jungler away, and they can turn their attentions to the grubs.
T1 decision right now. Do they just let Faker farm turret play?
It's Guma! It's at the Baron pit! I know it's the grubs right now, but he always manages to steal it.
Trying to secure this top tower, and they will secure themselves that second plate as well.
Right on Guma. Guma trying to get away from this Carrier coming in as well with the Winter's Bite. Shun's on the chase with that Ishtal's impact, but locked up with the Glacial Fissure, will be slowed. And Carrier protects his AD carry.
Look at the confidence that Knight is playing with right now. Every time he sees someone on his screen, they try to stagger that CC as well to keep him locked down as long as possible. Zeus should be fine.
He's going up towards Mega as well. He can trade in. TP coming in. T1 have the advantage. The Gnar into the wall. On has no flash and only 200 HP to work with. Now that's nothing. Sent back to the fountain. Fate sealed. Elk down. T1 find their first 2 kills of the finals.
What a play! Zeus strikes here. Wait, Shun is trying to hold off until Knight arrives to defend this tower. Still going to be some turret play money as well as the kills here for T. But it is critical to the success of these types of teams that they have set up here. And so without the extra vision, looks like it is just going to be the trade. Dragon for Herald, no problem. But I will say, Knight staying on this outer turret and getting the outer turret gold himself, again, more money funneled into this Sylas, the Sylas that does scale so well.
Yeah, notice that, again, it kind of, while T1 did find that TP play, now they're behind in terms of TP. The arrow connects mids.
Zeus able to walk away for now. Shadowing Strike will get the stun. The Magnet Storm coming in as well as BLG look to collapse. Already they've locked up T1 in the middle of the meat grinder, and 1 has gone down. Zeus falls. Baker getting chased out as well, and Bin's flashing forward. Baker will manage to dash across towards the red pit, but Gumayushi does not have that same luxury. BLG find 3, all of them sitting on Elk.
A triple kill for the AD carry of BLG. A nice arrow to set up the whole play. T1 saw an angle to secure that mid tower and immediately get punished.
And BLG are so quick with it. Elk's arrow snipes him right out of the air after the 2 kills with the Herald. Immediately turn it into gold. Liquid gold here for BLG. They shoot ahead on the map.
So many
3
structures
towers out of it as well. Yes, so much gold goes into that.
Nice sidestep from On. He connects the stun, and then a beautiful multi-man ulti comes through from On with the follow-up as T1's forced to retreat.
And now the Impale's going to land on Carrier as well, and he has no place to get out of this, nowhere to go apart from back to the fountain in a body bag. BLG now 7-2
Disputed best team in the LPL, coming out firing on all cylinders. They are not giving T1 a moment to regroup at all. Faker now even even under attack, he's slowed in the pit.
The TP is coming behind here as they look to try and turn this play around. Bin trying to get the damage down onto Faker here. Hit him with the harpoons. Faker dodges away with the Q3 and manages to live through the Leandries. T1 finds some semblance of hope in the bottom side, but BLG are not stopping their advance on top. Owner locked up with a glacial prison, and he's sent packing. BLG are ripping this map to shreds.
It is often a play that Faker, teams have tried to collapse on him on a side lane, and it's resulted in their demise. They're doomed the overchase of that star mid laner, but BLG don't care. They're keeping pressure on the top side. T1 members collapsed on the bot, but it cost them greatly as they lose 2 towers top.
And we're only 18 minutes into the game, and BLG have already opened the doorway.
BLG.
Exactly, you could see the counterattack from BLG on the minimap. They immediately beeline straight for that tower.
Oh, we didn't see
the
that.
cross-map arrow actually hits!
Slime from Elk. He's 5-1 now. And it's just such a dominant performance from BLG. T1 trying to get anything they can on the other side of the map. But look at that explosion.
BLG with a strong start to game 1. And while this game definitely isn't over, BLG have all the tools to secure the first game of this series.
And coming
bring a lot of value for T1. They'll see that it's going to be started off. The pings are coming through, but can they really get access into the pit?
Well, they're definitely going to try. Betty Carrier is the one to face check that mid lane bush. Shun still tanking up the Baron. It's at 9,000. Knight with the flank position. Glacial Prison hits! And Guma is down. BLG use the Baron as a bait and immediately kill off the enemy AD carry.
Knight with an extraordinary Sejuani ultimate connecting to the AD carry. Guma does not flash.
They try and fight them.
So On was spotted as he walked towards that Razorbeak pit. The Baron down to 2,000. Knight on the front line. Owner trying to get in. Base Shield goes in as well with the Magnet Storm's already locked up 2 members of T1. The Impale grabs 3 and they're burnt to a crisp in the river. The arrow has to be flashed away by Zeus, but BLG are taking everything and giving T1 nothing.
It's complete annihilation! BLG are going to try and chase him down as well!
Zeus able to jump across the wall just before he got hit with the Shadowing Strike, but now with the Baron buff on them, BLG can advance down mid. The TP in from Knight as they look to close this one out.
I mean, they're knocking down the inhibitor towers, the Baron buff BLG. The respawn time is still about 10 seconds. They're going to respect it. They're going to engage, make sure that Owner cannot get into the pit. He sidesteps Faker's ultimate, and Knight is just... he's spectacular.
Faker's trying to get away from Knight, but the Knight wants the throne! And Faker's been pushed off it! BLG are on fine form today, and T1 just can't keep up.
The golden left hand of the LPL strikes down the GOAT in the side lane, and BLG will collect their 3rd dragon. They might collect the entire base before we see the 4th.
Knight has had an incredible tournament, and he's not going to slow down here in the finals. BLG have steamrolled T1 here in game 1. They're looking for another inhibitor, and they're looking for the game.
Guma, Yushi, Owner, and Kerry are trying to defend the arrow once again from Elk. It hits Guma! He's got flash, but he's still stunned up. The Impale comes out, and Guma falls under his own Nexus towers. T1 still trying to defend. Zeus doing everything he can to keep Knight away. But BLG continue to advance. The first Nexus tower's down. Faker's back up. Trying to find something out of this game, trying to find some defense against BLG, but the oncoming masses are just too damn strong. And now into the wall. Baker's fate is sealed as he dives the backline and dies for it. BLG come out swinging and take game 1.
The coordination
Elk on Shun, they were looking at a team that would grow into a super team, and that's exactly what they've done, as you say, with the addition of Knight this year.
Bro, they have onto the biggest stage with the entire world watching. They get the
double knock-up already. Carrier's down to half HP. He's going to have to flash. Guma Yushi cleanses away from Knight. The chase continues. BLG flashing forward. The heal coming out. Guma Yushi now slowed by the Ash. And you can't escape the quiver of Elk. First blood again to BLG.
Are you kidding me? Another one. Level 1.
Power of Elkanon. Obviously, Ornn good in lane swaps as well. Can absorb a lot of pressure. Pretty tanky. He's going to get knocked up here though, and Zeus may have to burn the flash to get away. Elk with the slows, just going to chip him down to about 109. He's level 1. He's about 1 minion away from level 2, so 2 tower shots should be enough to tick him over. On here, it's a level 2 of his own. Shun coming in as well to bolster this attack. Zeus underneath the tower, able to flash away, gets the double knock up, and look at On. He's about to be turned off. On goes down. Shun almost Just Force 2 escapes that final tower attack.
Ends up being a 1-for-1 trade, but I think BLG's happy with this. Look at all the farm that's being lost. Zeus needs to TP back in quickly to soak up as much XP as he can. The good news is the threat of a redive isn't possible for BLG.
Meanwhile, on the opposite side, Bin had a smart ward earlier over that wall to see when Owner would come to pressure him off that wave, and Bin stuck around to soak up the 2.5, his level now on the Rumble before getting chased out.
Carrier looking for On here, Gumayushi here as well. On just trying to shepherd Bin in towards the tower. You can actually see Knight using the TP here. Guma still no flash, no cleanse. The Grand Entrance going to get a knock-up. Knight flashes across the wall. Shielded around for the double taunt, and now the Flame Spitter is doing a lot of work. Guma's going to be brought back with a bailout, but can he survive? Down to 100 HP. Knight, the battle dance for On keeps him alive. Owner still chasing, and he rips through a Knight. Now Faker joins the party. A handshake from Carrier is one Bin did not want to take. Bin goes down as well, and T1 have 3 on the board.
T1 answer back so well on the top side of the map. Knight tries to punish the flash, the spot lane of T1, but they just
soaks it in mid lane here. This could be dangerous for T1.
BLG going to start up the grubs. Shun on them. On still only level 3. Has the flash, has the heal. They'll get one with the smite. Handshake pulls On back, but he can dance out with that W, and he'll manage to get to the relative safety of this top lane tri-bush. T1 will find 2 grubs for their own as they forced BLG away.
Yeah, Bin has to go, but that leaves room for Faker to roam up top. Now they can guarantee numbers advantage, and they can set the sights on the tower.
Bin shows now. Do T1 pull the trigger? Do they go for the fight? Zeus was trying to hold the wave. They couldn't quite do it because BLG had enough numbers to force him away. The equalizer that Faker stole away does a little bit of chip damage, but not much else. Unlocked up for the moment as Faker looks for that abscond dive. Dot can't quite land the chains. Carrier and Gumayushi pushing through the wave now. Paranoia coming out. Call of the Forge God is stopped. Zeus dashing forward. The shielded around for the taunt, blocked by Owner. The knocker coming out as well as BLG trying desperately to defend the hero's entrance. Cancelled as T1 by 2. Shun forced underneath this turret as well as BLG are walking away wounded.
Such a good play for T1. There were a few seconds left on Bin's teleport. He could not join. They forced the dive On, looking for any recallers.
I mean, T1 is sticking around. The TP will come through.
Shun already down. Bin walks into a scarred battlefield. He'll still take out Gumayushi. In the end, T1 unable to get that extra plate, but they do find kills.
Pick up Dragon right now. Shun working away on it. See if Knight, how quickly Knight can push this bottom.
Look at the positioning of Carrier here. Something he often does on this Renata is he just walks in your face. He is not afraid. He knows he has the mechanics to be able to outplay you.
Game 1 was only Gumayushi who I think had a 40 gold lead, the only speck of blue on there. Now is T1 across the board having leads apart from Bin in that top side. Knight and Faker trading here. Faker down to half HP. Meanwhile, across towards the Rift Herald, that handshake from Carrier going wide. On does have the quickness. Faker still trading down towards the bottom side. Knight goes in with the Justice Punch. Carrier down at half HP. BLG gonna get the advance through the mid lane. Faker and Knight unable to do much more than just slap each other around. No one is going to fall in that bot lane for now.
Those side lane trades are so interesting because Knight's trying to make the trade as quick as possible, get use out of the aftershock.
Oh, On just pulled back with a handshake. He's going to have to Grand Entrance his way to a Grand Exit. Manages to escape for now. For a second I thought he might fall. Faker dashing back in, lands the Abduct as well. The taunt will connect onto him and slow his advance in that bot side, but with wave pushed in, he now has the opportunity to back into Fog of War and then TP into the fight. T1 still looking for a bit of a battle around this Rift Herald. The question is, will BLG acquiesce to their request to take a fight towards this top side?
And it looks like they're going to go for the recall first there for Knight because of the extended trade that Faker was able to get on him. Knight goes back to base, full heal, teleport out.
I mean, the important thing here is Faker didn't reset before TPing in, so he's at half HP. Does have the quickness stolen away. The Scuttle Grab will go across. On goes in with the quickness, knockback with the Crescent Guard as well. Call of the Forge God coming down as the dive comes in. The hostile takeover just possesses BLG. It's 2 already. The hero's entrance. A swift exit back to the fountain for Knight as T1 clean up the fight.
It's
BLG. Very similar to how far ahead BLG were in Game 1, although obviously T1 had yet to take all of the
steps up. Have to be a little bit careful there, so sacrifice the tower initially, and then as you said, they have the Rift Herald.
But he should be able to survive this, especially with Shun coming in from the side. We'll take a spear to the back for his time in the mid lane, but T1 just used the fact they've...
They're looking to suffocate BLG out from more.
All right, BLG.
Oh, the flank.
Zeus has got behind them here, brings the call of the Forge God. Paranoia, paranoia! Everyone's out to get you, Elk! He falls first, still has both his Summoner's On's gonna dash away. The chase comes in by Faker, steals away the quickness. A hero's entrance from Knight just to defend his support. T1 though find one, and they'll turn their eyes towards the Drake.
Ornn and Nocturne, it is just too dangerous to step out onto the map, out in front of any of your towers, and as soon as they do, T1 close the trap shut. They get their extra kill.
Elk doesn't even use a summoner spell, and I understand why. Like, what's the point?
He's like,
When's
yep,
he
you
gonna
got
go?
me.
And he'd rather save it for the upcoming fight. He knows that there's still Wasteland to come back into the game. Knight, I think, is a little too tanky to fall to this little skirmish in the mid lane.
Best as well to try and reduce a little bit of the healing coming out from T1. The arrow comes down. Just wide of Faker. On still on the chase here. The rest of BLG starting to back away, and On realizes they don't want to advance any further. Don't have the vision around the blue buff where T1 are beginning to advance themselves.
I mean, Faker does have the global aggro debuff that we've all known him to have.
Him and Teemo, the two.
Yeah, BLG not going to be baited in, or are they? They see Faker here.
Been trading with Zeus. Quickness coming out as they look to be engaged. They find Faker. Still has the flash. Paranoia comes out. The Crescent Guard will keep Faker alive for the moment. And Carrier has a flank position of his own. Owner has the bailout on his shoulders. And Shun is already down. TP now invested from Bin. Or from Knight as they look to rejoin the fight. Elk goes down. On follows suit. And T1 have been able to defend Faker. They keep him alive. Faker flashes. And Knight can't find him. T1 find 4. Only Bin left standing.
Many have tried before, but Faker does not fall that easily. His team is quick to react. It's just the one player that is so hard to catch.
See the ramifications of that play. The Baron buff in the hands of T1. Walking up these towers, they just fall over in front of them. This series here, very likely to get evened up. The response in game number 2 for T1, taking back the Silas.
They are 12,000 gold ahead or thereabouts, and T1 advance on 2 lanes. Faker in mid has stolen away Elk's ultimate and has used it to great effect so far this game. Gumayushi has a masterworked Blade of the Ruin King alongside a Terminus and a Ginsu's. Look at Elk still about half an item behind. T1 continue to pile the pressure on. On looks for Owner, can't find him. BLG just trying to find some semblance of an engage, trying to find some way to break through the armor of T1 right now, and perhaps it's Faker that they want, but he dives back in onto Shun. Half HP now on the Xin Chao, and T1 just chipping away. That's all they need to do. They have the Baron buff for another minute's time.
Again, Baron buff and 6 grubs just solve so many siege problems. Arrow gonna get juked.
Flash was lost there for Carrier, but the damage is still being done. BLG's picked.
There they go.
Quickness, Paranoia coming out. The Quickness goes in. Gumayushi locked up here as Entrance going in as well as Knight looks for the backline. But already he needs to look at his own team because they are being ripped to shreds by T1. It was a valiant effort, but BLG find nothing.
T1 will strike back in game number 2 to even it up here in London.
Try as you might, T1 are on home turf. And we're going to a best of 3.
To lane. Knight has the push. And here we go. The mark is there.
Can he burst it down here? He has smite.
Yoink. He does. Owner manages to stop it from happening. But Shun is looking for more. He flashes forward. Knight on the flank as well. Owner's going to flash away. Counter-strike out from Zeus. Not quite able to connect. And the shooter Durand with the stun. His first blood again. The 3rd time in 3 games for BLG.
A nice punish from BLG. Shun. Right now, the bot lane of BLG is also on their way. The wave is being pushed in mid, and BLG want to punish Faker.
Faker has flash, but the flash in from On into the pullback. Faker's down. On secures the kill.
We get to see some Blitzcrank value there. Goes in, immediately makes the play while Owner actually yoinked away one of the grubs. That's all you really need out of the first pack. They just teleport up to the top side. Zeus will collect the minion wave there. No reason to throw anything else into this BLG fire that is growing in the early game.
So your sights on top lane as well. I thought Carrier was actually looking for a roam up towards top, but good vision coverage from T1 on that side of the map. Nice push here. Yeah. Is sitting on just short of 1,000 gold right now. He has the Rumble ultimate as well. He's going to use it to clear the wave. They're looking for a dive.
TP coming in, might just be looking for another plate here as well. Knight going in with the taunt. Bin doesn't really have much left. Put the damage down. Shun on his way across them and will have that Lamb's Respite. Zeus already down to 300 HP. Looking for a leap strike away, but Zeus falls. Knight tanks the tower. Meanwhile, the hostile takeover goes just short of Elk as he flashes to safety. BLG able to survive down towards the bottom side.
Beautiful reward there for BLG getting their first.
Boom. Flash hook from On, they look for more. Faker goes back in, but the hero's entrance will bring Knight coming crashing down. Faker down to 300 HP, Bin now has that flank position, and the Leandri's complete. Owner jumps onto him with the Bolt Breaker and is able to keep him away from Faker for the moment. Faker dashes across the wall. Carrier's life will be forfeit to keep Faker alive. Brings out the bailout, but falls immediately after. Faker trying to escape, Knight still on the chase.
So beautifully done there from BLG. As you say, they're not done yet. Still seeking Faker.
Oh, but he didn't spot him. He doesn't actually know if he interrupted him or not. He's fishing for him. He's hunting. He wonders if Faker's still
goes
here.
Back. Now he's seen him. Where are you going to go, Faker? Already absconded, already abducted. Elk is on his way to try and accept this kill as a tribute to him. Knight comes in from the side and will make sure that Faker doesn't have the luxury of executing.
That's 5 kills now for
tied most domestic titles of any mid laner in the LPL. Obviously, Faker stands above it all, stands atop the mountain, but Knight has yet to have that international success at Worlds. He's won an MSI with JDG in 2023, but Worlds is yet to become his playground as BLG look for a play on the top side. Equalizer down, Owner able to dodge away with the Vault Breaker, escapes the rocket grab from On. Will they look for more? They still have the Lamb's Respite, remember, from the Kindred. That invulnerability field as Zeus is down to about half HP. He gets the leap strike out and BLG will just force T1 away for now.
Yeah, T1 have to leave because Knight is in mid lane threatening that Galio ultimate. This mid laner you're talking about that does so much for his team on the Galio. Their game versus HLE especially, some of these team fights, people were popping off. Elk, oh my god, insane play in these team fights, but that actually created so much space for him. Carrier actually, Renata ultimate.
Oh my god, I mean, this is such a crazy thing that's happening right now. T1 committed the teleport to the bot side knowing that that was their only option for a cross map, but Knight again got to bot wave and able to clear things out. T1 quickly adapt though, they convert their pressure into mid, they're able to unlock that tower while BLG actually keep the bot tower alive. Knight doesn't quite interrupt the reset from Faker, and now T1 can convert this into a dragon, but I think BLG is still more than happy with how things have played out.
Yeah, they want to keep on snowballing here, get the Rift Tail, keep on taking down these towers, open up more space on the map for you to position so aggressively
to make their advance, but BLG will use that pressure to push through bot. They still have the Rift held in pocket as well if they want to look for a tier 2 down here, or if they do want to open up mid.
I mean, just look at the pressure that BLG is exerting right now on the minimap. It feels like that everything is collapsing for T1. They're trying their best to cross map, but that top tower is barely dented. Zeus should be able to get it, but they're going to lose so much in exchange. The bot tier 2 is going to be secured. BLG ballooning their gold lead now to 6k.
And all the towers are not equal value. The outer tower is 550 gold for you.
Perhaps would be here today. BLG, though, have been like this the entire year. From spring to MSI and now into Worlds. They are a dominant team. And when they get a lead at 15 minutes, they have about an 88% win rate. And we've seen that so far at this tournament. Heroes entrance coming out. T1 trying to defend this mid-tier 1. Knight locked up underneath the tower, but he is damn tanky right now. And already, Owner is down. The counter Heroes entrance coming out from Faker. He stole one away just to escape the play. BLG lose Knight, but they take the mid-tier 1.
Ooh, that was very... These hooks from Blitzcrank. And there's so much extra power here on the side of BLG with all their money.
Faker steals away the equalizer. Bin puts one down of his own, but the rest of BLG are here to join the party. Outnumbered, outgunned. Faker falls in the side lane, tries to clear out the wave. I think that cannon will survive, as will the backcasters.
I mean, often we talk about how when teams commit into collapsing onto Faker, something is often lost as a consequence, but here, Faker is just overextended on the side lane. He has no tier 2 tower to run to, and there's nowhere else on the map that T1 can really put pressure down towards. So BLG, they secure themselves another pick. They're going to secure the dragon uncontested, kind of as we expected. And T1
to shut someone down. Knight is an option because he will often be on that side lane, but he has 2 items already, Riftmaker as well, giving him that Omnivamp if he's in combat for a long time. And with Shun waiting around the corner, might come around towards
TP?
mid. TP behind. They're looking for the play. It's Knight who's locked down. The rest of BLG are trying to get into it. TP coming out as well. The hostile takeover used. Immediately locks up Bin, but look at the damage. There just is none. And now Shun is here to join the battle. Zeus tries to jump on top of him. Knight falling low. He gets the taunt though, and Bin's already on a rampage. Oda has to dash away. Guma didn't even get an opportunity to join the fray. And On doesn't want to give him an opportunity to leave. BLG 5-4, and Baron is on the menu.
They go at Knight, but he's too tanky, and BLG are going to respond in kind. The Baron
looking to get back onto the blue side, but this game feels done and dusted. It's just a matter of how BLG
join the play if it does occur. BLG though can just step forward. T1 really can't find an avenue to approach this next fight. On looking for the Hex Flash hook, doesn't quite connect. Knight though doesn't have a wave in the mid lane, could go across towards bot. The next wave's still about 20 seconds away from crashing into that mid lane inhibitor tower. And here's the engage. Knight locked up, tried to Justice Punch away, but once again T1 are engaging on the tankiest member of BLG, and they can't find anything with it. That's a Fate's Call used. That's the hostile takeover invested as well from Carrier, and BLG shrug it off, shrug their shoulders, and begin the advance once again.
T1, and not much they can do in the face of this LPL onslaught. They're just going to have to watch
what happened during the regular season with the income of Wave, but to bring out the Kindred now once again, the TP flank.
Hook going down, cease and desist. They're looking to lock down Shun. Carry already fallen as the hero's entrance will block Shun from taking any more damage. Alongside that for Lamb's Respite. T1 have lost their support, but can they find the fight? Zeus pops a stopwatch, doesn't have much mana left as Knight goes in for the engage and still lands the taunt. Gumayushi down to half HP. Zeus has already fallen as BLG continue to advance. Ona, Gumayushi, and Faker trying to hold the line here. They managed to find something. They got 2 kills out of it, but they've lost 3 inhibs for it.
I mean,
pushing it. BLG are forcing T1 to make their final stand in this game. Ona goes in with a bolt breaker hooked in as well. The cease and desist. Silence Ultimate stolen away. A hero's entrance is followed by a second, but it looks like Faker's more like Icarus than any hero taking to the skies. Knight pumps a stopwatch. T1 go pop. Zeus locked up towards the top side. Already 4 for naught for BLG as they are looking to take us to match point.
A convincing Game 3 victory from BLG. But he's sticking towards the bot side of the map for now, ready for the oncoming dive.
And the risk for Carrier is him trying to get back into this lane. He may just be cut off by Shun and Bin. He'll be seen on that ward about now. Zeus gets the level 2 underneath the tower, flashes away from the grand entrance, but the damage continues to rain down from Bin. Shun tanking the tower. Zeus gets a bailout. Carrier keeps him alive for the moment. That bailout will run out though, and BLG can look for a redive if they so decide to. Zeus taken down. Bin flashes away on tanking the tower, and BLG will escape with a kill and their lives.
Nice, just the tip of the W there from Shun, able to get it. They're able to finish it off. Elk here cashes in once again. So many games we've had Elk getting first blood. He'll be rich on the Ziggs again.
I mean, in
Towards
terms
the
of
top side, Bin without that summoner himself. Perhaps we'll see a dive materializing because Ona's on his way towards that top lane too. Faker forced away, 150 HP on him, make it very difficult for him to stay around. Carrier looking for the handshake here. Bin jumps away, and the handshake is just short of a full agreement.
And they're actually calling Shun over back to the bottom side once again.
Dive o'clock, the grand entrance goes down. Zeus is overheated, and he's sent packing. BLG find their second.
an easy execute for BLG. Bin reads the...
Right now, we'll just want to get towards that 225 mark.
Again.
Zeus, once again, a little bit overstepped here in the bottom side, and Bin jumps in, hops on, and Minion takes the Highway Express to get towards this Rumble, who goes overheated. Flamespitter going down, but Zeus is going to go back to the fountain again. No escape for him. He tries to clear the wave, but in the end, he will be put in the ground by Bin. BLG now 3-0 up, a 700 gold lead, only 6 minutes into this game.
And I mean, the first few kills, I think, weren't the end of the world for Zeus, but now adding a third is really going to make things difficult for T1.
And a Drake in their names at the 8-minute mark.
I think that will be critical for T1 moving forward, since BLG have drafted really good late game for themselves. T1 are going to use these objectives, try and draw them out to you.
I mean, there are different ways to look at this, right? Because from PLG's perspective, the fact that they've been able to find these advantages in what is a very scaling comp, Knights, going to be forced to flash away, knows that the setup play from Ona was very risky. So BLG having this advantage in the early game just better sets them up for scaling later. Faker face checking.
Straight into Shun, the Glacial Prison hits, but Faker heals up with that Kingslayer. Ona's going to force Shun away for now. On does have the quickness, but doesn't want to dash in to bolster the attack of Shun. Tools as well, so even if you do start to fall behind a little bit, you've got the arrow, you've got the follow-up with the equalizer, you have Faker jumping in with the abscond that duck just like this. Elk doesn't sidestep. Faker dashing forward for a little bit more damage, using that passive to its full effect. Steals away the Mega Inferno Bomb. Elk has to flash it. Faker takes the tower, and Elk just dies. It's hunting season for Faker in the top lane. The mid-cryo, and then they'll move T1 down towards that bottom side to make sure they can control that bot side river.
And BLG, they have so much wave control. Ziggs in the mid lane, have the Smolder Versailles on top side.
Ona looks for Bin, he locks him up. Bin though with a great arm into the wall. Ona's going to have to flash away, the lock-in invested as well. Bin holds on to his summoner, BLG beginning to collapse, the Mega Inferno Bomb coming out as well. There's the arrow, Bin sidesteps it. Zeus might have to flash the wall here. Ona on that front line, locked up with the quickness. He dives onto Elk, Gumayushi caught up. Elk falling low though, and the flame spit is enough to burn him down in the river. And now T1 begin to turn on the afterburners. Shun has to flash across, dash across the wall with the Ice Assault. Gumayushi can't quite get the down with the volley. Carrier though! He will not let you escape, and now On has to dance away with that grand entrance. Carrier looking for a little bit more. Gumayushi puts a volley in his back and forces him to the safety of his tier 2.
Not only does Carrier flash to get the kill there, not let Shun escape, but he also bailed out Owner for T1. Big Renata play.
A massive play for T1. Ona setting things up by getting that collapse onto Bin. The follow-up from the rest of T1 as well, as BLG tried to collapse onto T1, thinking that they'd overstayed their welcome on the bottom lane, but they're able to turn the play around thanks to the arrival of Gumayushi and Carrier.
The mid point of the game for the team that did get the early lead, and T1 are that team this time around.
BLG trying to defend. Glacial Prism hits onto On. The arrow also connects. Bin dashes in. Minar back. The hostile takeover makes Shun go berserk underneath the tower. And he pops the locket, but he will go pop first. BLG starting to turn this one on T1's heads. They found 2. Carrier has no flash, but Knight has one to chase. Carrier escaping on 100 HP, but On will not give him that luxury. BLG find 3 in the top side.
And just like that, BLG punish the aggression from T1. Trying not to lose any momentum, they set their sights on the top tier 1.
With Knight on the front lines with his Trinity Force Smolder completed. Well, they're trying to answer mid here for T1. The bomb doesn't quite take out all of the minion wave. Because of the Void Mites, T1 stick around. They just can't quite finish the tower though. Kill. Knight then arrives on the Smolder, flashing forward to chase them down into terrifying areas for a long time in the last few patches, actually. So we'll see if we can put this to the test here. Carrier knows that one is going to be rough.
It's a tense situation.
Break point that you just talked about, and so they're going to push hard on the other side of the map. Definitely the correct choice here with the scaling that they have available to them. Well, I also do have to say, I would be willing to bet a lot that this will not be a 27-minute game ending, especially with BLG having Smolder plus a Ziggs. The reason why this is such a good pairing, as the arrow goes wide, but Faker's still here.
Take a look for that flank. Will seal away the quickness from On. Gets Shalom flashes in, finds 2. Equalizer on the back line as well. As Faker is not off this earth. He finds the engage. He finds everything T1 were looking for.
Exceptional play from T1. You think that the play falls short because the arrow doesn't connect, but Faker will find a way.
And then with the 6 grubs, with the Rift Hail, they immediately take the tower afterwards.
And you have to feel it all hinges on this. On a knife's edge between T1 and BLG. Will BLG look to try and take the fight? Shun has flash and smite. Elk now joins the battle, teleports in. Bin looks for Carrier, lands the slow with the boomerang. Knight TP'd in as well. BLG are going all guns blazing into the battle here as T1 are hailing the retreat. On dashing forward, he's only at 300 HP. Faker heats the bomb and is taken out low. Mega Inferno Bomb going in. Zeus will sacrifice himself for the good of his team to make sure the rest of T1 are able able to escape with this Baron.
The quick play from T1.
Towards the top side of the map. T1 though immediately back out on the map, and look, they're doing what they did in game 2, spreading themselves across the map, pushing in top, pushing in mids. And Kobe, you said quite confidently that this game isn't going to end in 27 minutes, but the arrow
once again onto Elk. He had the flash, he decides to use it afterwards. Ona couldn't quite get in range to engage any further. Faker's taken out the tier 2 in the top lane. Shun goes in with the Glacial Prism on there with the follow-up. Carrier though, an incredible hostile takeover puts on in his place. Ona tanking the tower, Glacial Prism stolen away by Faker as he dives onto the back line. Who else but Faker again? In the end he falls, but Guma is making Shun look like a pin cushion. Knife forced to flash away. Elk trying to put the damage down as well. He won't land it on Carrier. The fancy feeder out in force as T1 begin to push up bot side.
Yeah, T1 are taking another tower with the 6. Shown and really accelerating this game and being able to get their Dragon Soul as well in a very timely manner means we are still on Rakan ultimate at the moment.
Looking for Shun. Glacial Prism, Faker dodges. He knew something was up. His spine. It's just an investment of ultimates from T1. Mikhail's used, Carrier, flash handshake, pulls back Elk. Faker trying to get with the quickness onto the backline. Gumayushi unable to open up quite yet. Bin doing the damage onto Ona as well, but already Elk is down to 300 HP. On the top side, Shun is down. The equalizer out from Zeus will save Ona's life and force BLG away.
It becomes a question of can the Baron be secured, and with Shun down, I believe that the answer is yes. There is no smite available. Elk, crucially, still has his ultimate up, but with that, Faker secures his 500th kill at the World Championship.
BLG are looking to fight this. They TP'd Elk into the mid lane, has that Mega Inferno bomb. It's going to hit onto Ona. Faker able to dodge to the side of it. 3,000 HP now on the Baron as BLG advance. T1 have already got the Baron though, and BLG now have to begin to retreat, but the damage coming out from Elk is absolutely massive. Faker dives in, lands on Bin, grand entrance, already locks him up. He wants to stopwatch to try and buy himself a second. Has the bailout taken on him as well, and he flashes. Faker survives somehow. T1 get
denying all vision on, doing what he can to find angles of attack, maybe even a TP flank, but he's been caught.
Locked up against the wall, pulled back with a handshake. The keeper's verdict finds him guilty as On is slain by Gumayushi, and now will BLG even try to mount a defense around the Elder Drake? They TP to the bot lane. Bin looking at that flank position. His Mega Knot is going to expire pretty soon, and Faker's looking for a flank of his own as he TPs in towards this blue side. Bin now on the wrong side of the rift as Faker's hunting, and he's looking for a bit of Gnar. The flash forward, Xenos Peasant's Knight able to flash away as well. The hostile takeover but comes up short. The Gnar stolen away by Faker. Locks Bin against the wall and puts him 6 feet under. Shun next on the menu as Gumayushi begins to open up. Shun taken out by Zeus. The equalizer does exactly that for T1. It's going to equalize this series at 2-2.
The reigning world champions will not go down that easily. They will push us to a deciding game 5. They are going for it.
There's only On left to defend the Nexus. Faker steals away the Rakan ultimate. The defense is not strong enough, and T1 will bring us to game 5.
On the shoulders of Faker, T1 will go to game 5. There is no one like him, not on this earth. T1 take us to Silver Scrapes.
Should be able to soak up his level 3 as Zeus already pushed the wave. Zeus is going to get the first move, but Faker under attack.
Has no flash, just his punch gets hit. There's the charm as well. And Faker might fall first in the finals of the finals. Knight gets the kill. BLG find first blood.
The Jarvan Ari strikes first. First blood here into... Wait a second.
Elk has flash, has cleanse. Carrier looking for that flank position. On's already used the shadowing striking. Knight goes down and Elk flashes. You can see Carrier trying to bait the early flash. They're on just to eat that. You can see the TP coming in from Zeus as well as T1 are bringing more members up towards the top side. Faker has the hero's entrance to come in from mid. On looks for the engage. The flash away is T1 disengaged for the moment. Ona jumping back in. There's the hero's entrance. Carrier gets the slam into the wall as On almost falls. He gets punched by Faker. And now Bin and Shun have to escape, but Zeus does not want to let them get away. The explosive cast knocks them back in the end. T1 will win the fight.
In a series that has been so focused on Grub.
Back in the lane.
I mean, the Xayah is just so far ahead here. 2 levels for Guma over him, not to mention all the extra gold, the biggest gold lead holder on the team. So much to know.
Carrier goes in, goes on. Carrier turns him up. And the question is, will Elk stay around? Because he's still not
happy to connect into the wall. T1 find another kill, extend their gold lead to 2K, and they'll secure the first dragon of the game.
And it is a very tall task here
He's
for
real. But right now, Guma is just
going for it.
Oh! Carrier with a good steadfast presence. TP coming in from BLG as they look
there he comes.
to make the play. Spear rush forward by Knight, holding the charm. Doesn't get stunned. The charm hits Carrier. Flash forward with the counter-strike. Carrier falls first as Guma usually brings the feathers back and almost takes down On. Owner caught underneath his own tower, but he will fall even in the Cataclysm. BLG find 2. Guma's walking away wounded.
And just as we talk about him, he makes the play. Side of the map becomes BLG's priority. Tier 1 going to be happy to secure the Herald and the top Tier 1 as well. No one could really gain purchase on the mid wave as it's just cleared out by Elk and Zeus. But Tier 1 do have a tempo advantage here and they're looking to keep the pressure on top side.
Top side objectives have been turned so quickly into tower gold during this series. They're looking to do it again.
Knight's still working his way through that bot side Tier 1. Will now take it, then TPs to try and save the Tier 2 in the top side. Rift Herald was not put down by T1. They just disengage as soon as they see that teleport used, that investment. On the map. They want to push in like this. They'll take a Tier 2 in the top side with 3 towers to 1 in their favor.
For it though.
I think that they should commit to it though. T1's obvious play next should be towards the dragon. They've set up good vision towards it, and Knight knows that he doesn't have TP and he's on the top side of the map. They will spot out Faker as Bin and Zeus go back and forth on trades, but you're seeing how effective this Gragas is.
Cosmic Drive Fimbulwinter is doing a lot of work here. They get the knockback as well. Carrier with the steadfast presence position is here to try and help out his top laner. That Fimbulwinter Cosmic Drive combination is causing a lot of headache for Bin.
That and the phase rush, some very useful tools for Gragas to always keep you at arm's length or belly's length in his case. Meanwhile, Knight did end up finishing off that outer tower, that extra gold that they wanted in payment.
For BLG. I'm sure On would love to get a quick reset off, but I don't know if he's going to be given the time to do so. Pings coming down from the side of T1 of the bot side jungle.
Zeus finds On, Shadowing Strike going in, the crash down as well. Bin looking for the follow-up here onto Zeus, the hero's entrance, and On just oversteps. Gumayushi sends him back to the fountain, and now BLG have to play a 4v5 if they want to try and contest. I think their decision will be not to. They'll just back away, clear out their own jungle, but On went in on Zeus, and T1 immediately collapsed.
Again, T1, they're so confident, and we're like, they've got the Gallia ult to back them up. Zeus is very tanky. Maybe you see BLG wanting to rush into some picks whenever they see anyone, because they do kind of feel that unspoken mounting pressure facing them.
You can feel as well, just kind of...
It's not just your team, it's your fans, it's your family, it's your region that have supported you through thick and thin. And
Owner, very close here.
Pressure on you, Shadowing Strike going wide. Shun tries to dash across the wall, but immediately he's locked up, goes in with the Cataclysm. Gumayushi pops the Feather Storm. Owner looking to re-engage onto On. Shun down to half HP. Bin gets onto the back line. Gumayushi cleanses away, but Bin has already put him in the dirt. Kevy is next up. BLG find 2. T1 able to back away for the moment, but the TP behind by Bin as he looks for a little bit more.
Oh, they go back in!
Faker flashes in, and down goes Knight! Once again, when you need someone, when you need anyone to stand up and show just what this game's all about, it's Faker! He finds another T1 5-5, and alongside it, the Baron in their eyes!
The hero's entrance was true to its name as Faker in T1's dire moments descends from the sky, and T1 turned the fight in their favor.
The crown may be heavy, but it belongs to Faker, and they're gonna pick up the Baron. What a turnaround! BLG had started out so well. They killed Gumayushi. They had them on the run, but the turn from T1 was better.
The flank that comes in from Bin to follow up the engage from T1.
Teleport, the 4-second channel time, and T1 strike. Wait a second, topside, Zeus under fire!
Zeus caught out, killer instinct in by Elk. BLG collapsing, 4 members strong, the hero's entrance.
Oh, Zeus!
Faker joins the fight! Elk with the stopwatch, Faker in the middle of them all, and it seems like death may have arrived, and his name is Faker! He's here for your lives! The rest of T1 T1 beginning to collapse. Faker's going to fall as he pulls the stopwatch, manages to buy himself a second. Owner here to save his mid laner once again. And Faker still stands. He has ascended. He stands above it all. And he looks hungrily at that world's trophy.
The unkillable Demon King! Unkillable one more time!
Unbelievable once more. How does he keep doing it? I mean, with the Baron buff, Fornham is dead. It's only Knight left to defend his base. His crumbling kingdom at the hands of T1. An inhibitor will fall, and T1 set their sights on the Nexus.
Knight goes in with the Spirit Rush, lands the charm as well. The first Nexus tower's fallen, and T1 are just looking for the prize. They're hungry for it. T1 are the past, the present, and the future. A new era, the same empire. T1 are your 2024 World Champions.
Banquet!